We have SXP versus the dollar on Binance. What is the name of this one? I don't know. It doesn't matter. But this chart stands out head and shoulders amongst most things within the market that we've seen today. A very different chart, actually. Something that you don't get to typically see in cryptocurrency land. Things that stand out to me right now is on the weekly and higher term timeframes. We do have a series of macro higher lows, very, very lovely, and macro higher highs. So this is actually one of the few ones that's not in a potential weekly downtrend as of right now. So that's actually very, very good. Anyways, as far as your specific question, you did not have any time frames as usual. That's okay though. We can just make some up for you. 4-hour daily and weekly 4 hours looking very, very good for general continuation actually from this level. I imagine we got some hidden bullish evidence right here. We do. This coming within the context of increasing volatility. The moving average continues to move up. The moving average continues with its positive curvature right there. I'll be looking for this one extremely short term to make a run up towards about 420, great number. And then very likely, well, if you do see any sort of closures on new highs above this region right here, basically that 420 number, I would look for this one to actually retest probably your prior macro highs in this case. No, sorry, I do curtail that statement. I would say about 475 to 480 or so. But this one's looking very, very good, actually. Head and shoulders above most other things that we've seen within this market. This whole pullback has come within the context of declining volatility. I'm very much inclined to say that, at least for myself, that this one very likely does head up here. And this is yet again another good signal, at least for Bitcoin. We want to see most of this market kind of operating together. Any sort of a daily closure, basically above like 420 is going to look really, really good for another retest of those, around those highs. And even though weekly had hidden bullish evidence come off that last low, I'd say that that's certainly played out thus far. But I want to see it on momentum charts over here. SXP, the dollar. Okay, let's see what we got over here. Daily is going to be turning back up with any sort of a closure above 440. That's probably not happening today. That's still a little bit further away right there. But that is kind of confluent with our next sort of general target if it does choose the upside route, which I believe that it probably will. And what do you know? 4-hour Stokes freshly turning up right here with any sort of a closure above 370 confirmation. So I expect that this one actually does have a bit of a run in store here. 12 hours going to show 440 as well. Let's see, what about the 6-hour? That one is also curling around 390 being the magical number on this one. I'll see those closures confirmed, and then I'll look for the next set of targets up to basically actually like 470 to 480 to be hit, and that's obviously going to bleed into the daily and 12 hours you just saw. And at that point, I'd be looking for a retest of prior highs, your $5.50 number, and then probably new all-time highs as it trends into the monthly closure, which is, for what it's worth, still looking pretty damn good right here. Not really enough history on the monthly to really go deep into it, but this is, one of the better charts that we've seen actually, and deserves a lot of respect for what it's worth. Whatever the fuck this thing does, don't know, but it's good. It's actually pretty damn good. Of course, I should offer up some invalidation points on the downside as well. It's actually very, very easy on this one. Invalidated on this whole trade idea below about 368 or so, and then I'd be looking for a retest of all the way down here around this prior low, also in line with the 200 exponential average as well at about $3, 305 to be exact, over time. But yeah, looking decent right there. Very interesting chart actually.